What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and well, folks, it looks like the EPA administrator just said the quiet part out loud. I want you all to watch how this entire situation is unfolding and watch it closely because they know that they've been getting exposed every step of the way. I think the American people have taken a real interest in this story, not just because it's sad, not just because it's a catastrophe, which it is, not just because it's a disaster right here in our homeland, which it is, but because there's so much stuff within this story that just exposes everything overall, if you will. You know, I feel like this story kind of peels back the curtain and allows you to see the set before the play even happens, if you will. Like, we're seeing how things are happening behind scene. We're seeing the lies in real time, and we're seeing the narrative shift. And what's happening here is, I talked about it in my last video, independent scientists from various universities, colleges around America have come into East Palestine. They've conducted their own tests, and they've exposed that the EPA and everyone out there telling these folks that it's safe to breathe the air and drink the water, well, it turns out they're lying. So what's going to happen here is, I was thinking it's a possibility that the EPA doubles down, which still may come, but they're kind of like backpedaling at this point. It's kind of like we got them on the ropes, you know what I mean? Because they're having to reveal things they don't want to reveal. I don't think they expected this much attention on this story. And like I said, the pressure has remained on them. Not only are the citizens of East Palestine applying that pressure, we have independent journalists showing up in the area applying the pressure. We have the scientists from these universities showing up applying the pressure. We have people like me on YouTube applying the pressure. We have people like you all watching this video right now applying the pressure, not allowing the story to go away, and cherry picking, or not cherry picking, but I'm being really picky with this story. Meaning, I'm trying to pick it apart. Pick every little thing out of this story that I can, because I see so many weird little things happening here. And I feel like there's a greater conversation to be had around this disaster, because we just came out of a 3-year time span where our government pretended that they cared about our health so much. We must, do all of this crazy stuff to ensure that I'm safe and our neighbors are safe and all of that madness. And then here we have a real public health disaster. And it's like, oh, we don't give a damn about that one. No. It turns out we just don't care. So I think this is exposing a lot. But what's funny is, a couple of days ago, the EPA administrator was standing in a room surrounded by government officials, taking a sip of that East Palestine fine drinking water. And he was telling everyone the water is safe, it's safe. Well, now, like I said, these scientists have come into town and they're saying it's not safe. And now the EPA administrator is admitting that he wouldn't let his own kids around this water. Let's watch this clip real quick.
Administrator, let me ask you real quick. Would you allow your children to touch the water? We've seen the rainbow sheen. We've seen, all these chemicals popping up from the bottom of the streams that these kids used to play in. Would you allow your kids anywhere close to these streams right now?
I would not. I'm a father of a 9-year-old. I think we have to all agree that we wish this accident didn't occur. The accident occurred, and as a result, some of our creeks and our streams have pollution in them.
Oh, okay. I understand how it works now. It turns out the water is safe for your kids. The water is safe for you. The air and the soil, it's safe for you. It's safe for your kids. But it's not safe for their kids. Really weird, right? Kind of how, I don't know if you all have paid attention to, some of these award shows and things like that with these celebrities. I don't know if you all really paid attention, but the celebrities would walk out with no masks on at all. But their help and their little assistants, the ladies carrying the back of the dress, the paparazzi, the reporters, they would all be in masks. In masks. Almost as if, oh, you know, only the peasants have to wear these. Only the peasants are threatened by this disease. The celebrities are above it. Just like in this situation, oh, us government officials that are telling you the water's safe, hell no. We're not letting our kids near this water, but you should. No. No. Not happening. Not happening. I mean, I'm glad that he's being honest here. You know, that's what we need. And more specifically, that's what these people need in East Palestine. They need people to be honest. Simple as that. Nothing's going to make this situation disappear. It happened. And I think these people want honesty. I've talked about this before. I'm what you call a straight shooter for the most part. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just going to sit here and say anything to someone. But I like to be truthful and to the point. And if this catastrophe is happening around me, I don't want you in my ear telling me lullabies, singing Mary's Little Lamb in my ear, caressing my earlobe. No, I want you all telling me the truth. Like, hey, man, you got to get the hell out of here or you're going to die. You know, seriously, I would appreciate that honesty. Yeah, I may be pissed about what happened. And you're definitely not going to hear the end of it from me. But I would want honesty. So him finally saying, yeah, I wouldn't let my kids around this. Thanks for the honesty. But why has it taken you 3 weeks to be honest about this? Why did it take all of this pressure from the public, all of this pressure from social media? Why did it take independent scientists coming down here, exposing that you're full of crap, for you to be like, hey, for you to concede and be like, yeah, I wouldn't let my kids around this water? You know what I mean? So we could be happy that they're being a tad bit more honest here, but it's a little too late, right? After you've told these people it was safe and they've allowed their kids to go to school, drinking out the water fountain. You know, these people have been getting rained on. These people have been hanging out in the town, and they're just getting constantly exposed to this garbage that y'all freaking nuked this town with. But just to prove to you that the water is still not good, here's a video taken today of the water in East Palestine, and it still looks crazy.
We're here at Leslie Run. This is one of the creeks that was contaminated not far from the derailment site. Watch as I drag this stick through the bottom of the creek bed. You see that? That rainbow film that rises to the top? Yeah, that's the aftermath that is still very much present here. And it just goes downstream. Now, that derailment site, just about 5 minutes from where we're standing here, Ohio EPA still in these waters. They're currently sediment washing, so deliberately agitating these creek beds to get the chemicals, any of the aftermath downstream to where they clean it up at another site eventually. But this is a month later, and you can still very well see it.
So honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen. None of us have any idea what's going to happen, but what I more so mean is I have no idea how they are going to approach this story going forward. Because, you know, their narratives have been cracked and crumbled, okay? So I think the next few days are going to be interesting. I think we should all pay close attention to the next few days, seeing how they approach this story going forward, because they've already lied. They've already changed their lies with more lies. They've already switched the narrative. And, you know, don't get me wrong. What happens to the people of East Palestine and what happens with those people in reality, it's a straight line, okay? It's a straight line. With the factual information and the reality of the situation, think of it as a straight line. But the media, the powers that be, the government, they're going to take this story and they're going to send loops and hoop-de-hoops and whatever they can to fit their own agendas. And let me end this video by saying this. The government never, ever, ever lets a good crisis go to waste, okay? And this is obviously a crisis. It's a crisis that's making them look bad. But do not underestimate their ability to use this to their advantage, okay? They don't like taking losses. They don't like taking losses. All they want to do is win. So regardless of what comes of this, I can guarantee you they're going to try to use it somehow for their benefit. What that may be, or how they figure that out, that is yet to be seen. I'm sure some of us could come up with some ideas. But like I said, right now, over the next couple of days, it's going to be really telling moving forward. Do they double down on their lies? Do they start being more open? Are they going to start revealing more information, but not because they're doing the right thing, but because they have an agenda and they want you to know certain things? I don't know. But it's going to be really interesting, and I'll be paying attention, and we'll be talking about it right here on this channel. So hit that notification bell so you can be notified of my next upload. Hit the thumbs up button. It really helps my videos in the algorithm. Drop a comment. I always look forward to hearing what you all have to say. And as always, I'll talk to you all in the next video.